Hello students, welcome back to our chemistry classes. Today we will be discussing the part 4 of our chemical reactions and chemical equations. In this topic we will be discussing about redox reactions. This topic we are mainly focusing on redox reactions. Already we have discussed in our last module the other types of reactions like combination reactions, decomposition reactions, displacement reactions, and double displacement reactions. So this is our last type of reactions, that is our redox reactions. So let us discuss about redox reactions. Let me write an equation, that is copper oxide CuO on passing hydrogen gas over it. We have to heat also. Then the CuO converts to copper and water molecule is also produced. Look at this reaction. CuO. How CuO is formed, you might have studied. That is copper, if it is kept open for some time, then copper reacts with oxygen to form this copper oxide. Okay, so now if you want to bring it back, this copper oxide into copper, you have to heat that particular copper oxide by passing hydrogen gas over it in order to get this particular reaction.
Heat a china dish containing some amount of copper powder and observe what will happen. We can observe the surface of copper powder becoming coated with black copper oxide. Because oxygen is added from air to copper and copper oxide is formed, 2Cu plus O2 gives rise to 2CuO. If hydrogen gas is passed over this heated material, copper oxide, CuO, the black coating on the surface turns brown due to reverse reaction and copper is obtained.
Now, what we are going to look at here is, during a reaction, here oxygen is actually removed from this particular compound, that is CuO. So, removal of oxygen from a species, we call it as reduction. Okay, and into this hydrogen, actually oxygen is added. Matlab, this hydrogen into hydrogen, oxygen molecule get added up to form a H2O molecule. So we can say this is an oxidation reaction.
If substance gains oxygen during a reaction is called oxidized. If substance loses oxygen during a reaction is called reduced. In this reaction, copper 2 oxide is losing oxygen and is being reduced. The hydrogen is gaining oxygen and is being oxidized. One reactant gets oxidized while the other gets reduced during reaction is called redox reaction.
So the reactions in which addition of oxygen takes place is called oxidation, and removal of oxygen is called what we can say reduction. So let me write here, oxidation means addition of oxygen. So just opposite of this one is reduction. In reduction, removal of oxygen takes place. We can also say that addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called what? Oxidation reaction. And reduction means removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen takes place. Now let us look into the another example. ZnO that is zinc oxide, on reacting with carbon, zinc oxide on reacting with the carbon, it produces Zn and CO, that is zinc as well as carbon monoxide. Here what happens, this into this carbon oxygen is added up, or from ZnO oxygen is removed. So when removal of oxygen we have discussed as reduction, and on adding oxygen into carbon it forms carbon monoxide, that is actually our oxidation. It is clear to you? So addition of oxygen is called oxidation, or removal of oxygen is called reduction. Let us look into some other examples also. That is PbO, that is lead oxide, on reacting similar way with carbon, it produces lead plus carbon monoxide. That is formed lead oxide on reacting with the carbon, it produces lead plus CO. So here also what you can see, from lead oxide oxygen is removed, so we can say this is reduction, and from to the carbon molecule, carbon atom, not carbon molecule, carbon atom, oxygen is added up to form carbon monoxide, that is called oxidation. Okay, now let us look into another equation, that is where oxygen is not present, that is Cl2, chlorine, on reacting with the hydrogen sulfide. H2S means hydrogen sulfide. It forms HCl plus S. Look at this reaction. Here there is no any oxygen atom at all present. Now how can you say that this is also, in these reactions also oxidation as well as reduction takes place? Here, as I said in the beginning, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called oxidation only. Now from this particular H2S, if you look at, hydrogen is removed after the reaction. H2S, when it converts to sulfur, hydrogen is not found in this particular species, right? So removal of hydrogen is taking place. So we can say this is also oxidationable. Okay, and into chlorine, what happens? Hydrogen is added up. Cl2 has become HCl. So here what happens? Reduction takes place, where we can say addition of hydrogen takes place. So children, remember nicely, removal of hydrogen or addition of hydrogen. Removal of hydrogen is called oxidation, and addition of hydrogen is called reduction. What we have learned before is that, what we have learned, addition of oxygen is called oxidation. Now we are learning that removal of hydrogen is also called oxidation, right? So what you can understand here is, when in a reactions in which oxidation as well as reduction takes place simultaneously, means it is taking place at the same time. If oxidation as well as reduction takes place simultaneously, we call it as redox reactions. What it is? Redox. In this red, RED, what does it mean? Red means reduction, and ox given here is for oxidation. So the combination of reduction as well as oxidation, we can say it as redox reactions. Now let us look into another example where Mg plus F2 magnesium on reacting with the fluorine, it produces MgF2. Here also, in this reaction also, there is no any oxygen or even hydrogen is also not present. Now, how can you say that this reaction is also a redox reaction? Now, here another definition comes to play. Into this particular species, here electronegativity comes to play. The species like fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen and all are highly electronegative in nature. If those substances like fluorine, chlorine, like oxygen, nitrogen, these substances are added into a species, that we call it as oxidation. So Mg has actually converted into MgF2. That reaction, that type, we can say an oxidation reaction, where F2 actually converted it into MgF2, where an electropositive, this magnesium is an electropositive substance. So electropositive substance added up into a species, that is called reduction. So this is another example or another way of explanation of redox reactions. In a reaction in which an addition of electronegative species or electronegative element added up into a species, we call it as oxidation. And if into a species, if an electropositive substance is added, we call it as a reduction. So we can say sum up this as redox reactions are reactions in which oxidation as well as reduction takes place. Right? Now into this, what else we have discussed is addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called oxidation. Into that you can also add it as where addition of electronegative element is called also oxidation, and addition of electropositive element into a species is also called what we can say reduction. So in a oxidation reduction reactions mean together we can call it as redox reactions. So we have certain other topics also you must also consider in this topic, that is oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Oxidizing agent and reducing agent. In a particular reaction, this particular case if you consider, Cl2 actually undergoing reduction, okay, but this particular Cl2 only brings about oxidation. So the species which brings about oxidation, we call it as oxidizing agent. That particular species might be undergoing actually reduction, but we call the species which brings about oxidation is called oxidizing agent, where the species which brings about reduction is called reducing agent. We'll write the first example once again so that you will come to know little more easily. CuO on heating with the hydrogen, it produces Cu plus H2O, right? In this reaction, CuO into CuO, hydrogen is added up. What we have discussed here is a hydrogen undergoing a oxidation, where oxygen is added up to hydrogen to form H2O, right? This is our oxidation reaction, where addition of oxygen takes place. And here from CuO we have removed oxygen, therefore it is called a reduction. Now the species which bring oxidation, so here this CuO we can call it as what? Oxidizing agent. Children, remember that. At least one thing you remember, the substance which undergo reduction, this is undergoing reduction. That species itself is called oxidizing agent. The species which brings about oxidation is called oxidizing agent. Okay, the species which brings about oxidation is called oxidizing agent, and the species which brings about reduction is called reducing agent. Actual case, the species which are undergoing reduction, that particular species only we call it as oxidizing agent also. Okay, so don't confuse in this case. Little confusing only, but you have to remember oxidizing agent is the species which brings about oxidation. So children, what you have to remember is species substances in which or the reactions in which oxidation as well as reduction takes place simultaneously are called redox reactions. Now we shall also look at some topics which are given at the end of the chapter, that is corrosion and rancidity. What is corrosion and rancidity? Corrosion you might have studied many times. Iron and all, iron articles and all kept for a long time. What happens? Some sort of brownish colored flaky substance forms on the surface of iron. That process is called corrosion. And in rancidity is actually, if nowadays we are having a summer time. Now if food is kept for a long time, what happens? Food is kept outside for a long time. It actually starts smelling, isn't it? Or a foul smell is produced. This is actually due to the oxidation of food only. So this corrosion and rancidity are actually practical examples of oxidation reactions only, where food gets oxidized to form this one what we call rancid, or it gets spoiled. So this is a reaction, we can say that oxidation of food takes place. That's called rancidity. And how can we prevent this corrosion and rancidity? Corrosion, we can, that iron article and all, what we do is we oil or paint it so that that substances will not come in contact with the moisture. So when it comes in contact with the moisture only, corrosion takes place. And rancidity, to avoid rancidity, we normally what we do is we add some preservatives, like in pickles and all, we add some sort of little bit acetic acid and all, or acetic acid, that we also call it as vinegar. Okay, so vinegar is a antioxidant only, so that prevents oxidation. That's why we can keep pickle and all for longer time. And another thing, you might be using this one what I call our different kurkure chips and all. These chips packets and all, always it is actually aerated, isn't it? When you buy this will be full of air will be filled. Actually that air filled inside is actually nitrogen only. So this nitrogen gas filled inside these packets actually prevents oxidation to take place.
Have you ever tasted or smelled the fat or oil containing food materials which have been left for a long time unused? These fats and oils which have been left for a long time unused get oxidized and become rancid. As a result, their smell and taste also changes. This process is called rancidity. Usually substances which prevent oxidation, also called as antioxidants, are added to foods containing fats and oil. Keeping food in airtight containers also helps in slowing down the process of oxidation. Do you know that chips manufacturers usually flush bags of chips with gases such as nitrogen so as to prevent the chips from getting oxidized.
So students, today we have discussed about some main topics that is redox, where reduction as well as oxidation takes place. The species in which oxidation takes place, we go as well as reduction takes place. We call it as redox reactions, right? So simultaneous reactions of oxidation as well as reductions are called redox reactions, right? We will be seeing the rest of the topics in the next module. Thank you so much.